Welcome back to Just Scribble for an unboxing from ROTERFADEN. I think this is the third unboxing of a new cover that you guys are going to see in very short time. I kind of went on a little bit of a purchasing spree. One of the purchases, my VDS pocket cover, which I think this is the third of the videos, so you should have already seen that. So my VDS pocket cover was planned-ish. I knew I was going to get one if VDS launched a leather that I was in love with, so it was kind of contingent upon that. But I did plan on getting a custom VDS in pocket size for my Plans daily planner, so that was kind of planned. The other VDS cover that I snagged on Mercari was not planned. I just happened upon it when I was helping a friend look for a cover, and this one was not planned either, but when I saw it, it kind of sparked something in me. It sparked an idea that I think is going to work for my planner lineup for a struggle that I was having. So I decided to buy it and check it out, share it with you guys, and see if it would work. So let me get it out of the box. My address and all the other things are on the other side. So let me get it out of this box and then we will check it out. So this is an unboxing from ROTERFADEN. It is a new Taschenbegleiter in a new to me size. So I have a couple of covers, Taschenbegleiters from ROTERFADEN, and I really, really love them. The one that I first bought is an A5 size, and I use it for my work planner, and I use it every single day, Monday through Friday, and I absolutely adore it. And then since then, I have gotten, I guess, two others. I have a B6 that I bought from Baumkuchen on clearance or sale because there was some discolorations on it. I love that one as well. And then I have a standard size. I have unboxings of the A5 and the standard size on my channel, so I'll link those in the cards up above. But this is a new to me size, and a size that I don't think they carry very often. This is the small size. So it's basically A6 size. It will fit pocket as well, maybe passport. We're going to test that out, but it will fit pocket and A6, but it's an A6 size cover. So let me take everything out. And this was a limited edition launch. And so the covers that they launched came in two color options, and it's made from a material that is flooring in like dance or ballet studios. And you couldn't order this on their website. Instead, you emailed them and you did the order through them via email and then went and paid afterwards. And so I ordered this through the email. And when I did, I added a couple other things that I wanted, some of which are for my A5 size cover. So you do get a postcard each time you order with the red stitch on there. And then these are the accessories I ordered. Oh look, a sticker. That's cute. I don't think I've gotten one of those before. I like that. That's going to go in my journal. My other covers that I ordered didn't come from ROTERFADEN directly. So my B6 and my A5 both came from Baumkuchen. And then my standard came from the Gentleman's Stationer. And so this is the first time I've ordered from them directly, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've ordered anything from them directly. I did get a little notebook in the small size just because I was ordering. I wanted to try out their notebooks. I've never tried them. They're stitch bound, red stitching. It's just a dot grid notebook. But I thought since I was ordering and I was ordering this size, the small size, I would go ahead and order that. And we're going to check out how I'm going to use this in a minute, but just so you can see. This is slightly smaller than A6 size. So an A6 size is 105 millimeters wide and 148 millimeters tall, whereas this is 100 by 140. So it's a little bit smaller than A6 size, but where's my pocket planner? This is pocket size. And you can see that it is slightly taller than pocket, but wider than pocket. So the small inserts that they sell are a little bit smaller than A6 size and a little bit bigger than pocket size. But pocket and A6 size fit in this cover according to their website. So here's hoping, since that's what I bought it for. All right, so I got this grid notebook just because. And then I bought their business card protectors in medium. And so they're just little plastic sleeves that you can stick business cards into, and they slip into their covers, so you can put the little metal clasps on there to hold that into your cover. And then I bought some clear sheet protectors. I already have a couple of these, but I wanted to have some extras, and since I was already paying to ship this order, it seemed to make the most sense just to add them. And so these are a little bit unique in that they are for the A5 size cover, but they hold A4 size paper. So you can put A5 or even half letter paper in here and do 2 sheets and have that in your cover. Or you can put an A4 size piece of paper, or letter size will actually fit or should fit. It's not going to be a perfect fit, but it should work. You can put A4 size paper and then basically it folds in half. And so it's flexible in that you can print on either size paper or put either size decorative paper in there. So I got these sheet protectors for my work planner setup. And again, I already have some. These are just kind of backups in case A, I need to add something else, or B, I messed them up. And then these are the business card holders. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to use these for, if I'm going to use them in my work planner setup or if I'm going to add these to the B6 cover. I don't think that they're designed to fit in the B6 cover because they're tall. Do I have a B6 planner handy? So this is a B6 planner from our shop. And you'll see that they're taller than B6 size because they're made for the medium, so for the A5 size cover. But you could just trim this extra piece down and then use it in the B6 size cover. So I can use this in either one. So I bought those. Again, not for a real purpose. I just thought that it would be fun to have. But this is the star of the show. This is my new cover. Oh, I'm so excited. It's so cute. I don't want to ruin this sticker because I want to put it in my journal. So let's just cut around it for right now, and I'll get it off with some undo later. So I don't remember what the name of this color was, or if it has a name. I will put that down here so that you guys know what the name of the cover is. And also I'll put it down in the description box, because since it wasn't listed on their website because you had to go through email, it's not on my invoice. They just used an existing listing that was the same price. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It is adorable. I am so excited. So it is a little smaller than A6 size. Like if you put an A6 size planner there, your A6 notebook is going to kind of come to the edge, which does not bother me, but is something to note. But it does say on their website you can use either one. This is so cool. All right, so this is the flooring, the dance floor material. And you could pick a blue one, which is what I got, or a red one. And then the color inside, I think, was different in the red one. I don't think it was this sort of chartreuse green. But I just thought this was super fun. Like, look at that. It's almost like acid green. And I don't know. I just thought it was really, really neat. So it's like almost slick, and I know it's not going to get messed up because it's, you know, dance floor material. So that's super cool. It has a pen loop over here. It has a pocket there and a pocket there. So super simple setup on the inside. And then you have your 3 clips, which is how you add your notebooks and or inserts inside your cover. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. And then it has a cute little button kind of thing back there. And it has the chunky gray strap and then the gray pen loop. I really like this. It's kind of funny because this is very different than the other cover that I just bought. Oh, I have it next to me. So I bought this, I bought this raspberry cover, and then I bought this one. I had a lot of trouble actually deciding between the red and deciding between the blue. The red is really pretty, super, super striking. And I thought it would be just lovely to have in my bag because I plan to carry this with me kind of everywhere. But I plan on using this as a wellness system. And blue and green are colors that evoke health and eating less, whereas the color red is a color that evokes eating more, which is why most fast food restaurants use red in their color schemes, in their logo or in their buildings, in their deco, etc. And so even though I thought the red was super stunning and I know that I would absolutely love it, I also really, really love blue, and I love the ocean, and I adore this acid green felt interior. And this seemed like a better wellness planner color. And this should, in theory, inspire me to eat better and healthier. And so I decided to go with this one. And I have no regrets. I don't think I would have had a regret either way. And I honestly don't think, because I was carrying a red cover, that I would make sad food choices. But this just seemed more wellnessy to me. And also, my kiddo loves blue. It's his favorite color. And this is very much the tone of blue that he loves. And he wanted me to buy blue. So I did. All right, so what I have here is my wellness planner setup, and this is kind of a test. We're going to see how this goes. I have a different video that should have gone up before this one, hopefully, where I shared my wellness planner setup for 2026 and what I've been using, and I talked to you guys about why I'm changing it, and this is what I'm changing it to. We're going to see if this works. If this doesn't work, I have other things that I can use this cover for. It is a great portable size. It's also a great notebook size and cover, the material, just to have in my car for notes and things like that. So I know there are other things that I could use this for, but the intent, the plan, is to use this for my wellness planner setup. And what I'm planning to do, well, I don't 100% have a plan. Well, I do, but I don't. Well, we'll talk about it. So before we get into that, let me just show you how some things fit. So this is a pocket insert from Sterling Ink. And if you used pocket in here, it would sit like that. So it's a little bit short because it's a little bit shorter than their inserts, but it works just fine. And then this is Passport. I honestly don't know if this will fit in there. I think it might be... I mean, I know it'll work, but I don't know like how it's going to fit. So that's Passport, if you wanted to put Passport size in there. And then let's do the Hobonichi. All right, so if you put pocket in there, it fits like that. Passport, and then A6. So the A6 does stick out just a little bit. And then the pocket is a little bit short. Now I have a paper trimmer, and so I actually like a heavy duty one where I cut down notebooks for the shop. So I actually can cut this and make this shorter. So if I wanted to use this in my setup that we're going to talk about in a second, I could cut off just that much, and then it won't stick out the side. I also have an A6 Stalogy half year, which is the same size as the Hobonichi, and I could do the same thing. So I can cut these down to make them work in here if I decide I want to use one of these. Now let's see how their little insert fits, and let's take out the Passport because I'm not using it, and let's take out the pocket. Just for right now, we're just testing things. And then we're going to put in the Hobonichi weekly supplement. So the Hobonichi weekly supplement, let me take this back out for a second so I can do some comparisons. The Hobonichi weekly supplement is roughly the exact same size as the ROTERFADEN insert. The ROTERFADEN insert is ever so slightly wider, but they're the same height. So this I know will work really well in here. And this is an A6 Slim from Stalogy. So it is just a Stalogy half year, and it's what they call A6 Slim. And so it is shorter than their regular A6. And I have a video on this A6 Slim and also the B6 Slim, so I'll link those in the cards up above. But I wanted to see if I put these in here. We already tested that. Let's put this one in the center, how this would work. Just so you guys can see how different things fit in here. And once you put them in, you can push down on these little mechanisms and kind of push them in to sort of tighten it. That's actually a really good fit. So in there small, the weekly supplement from Hobonichi is an awesome fit. Their insert, of course, is an awesome fit. And then the A6 Slim from Stalogy is also a really good fit. A little bit shorter, but also a really good fit. All right, so now let's talk about my setup plan. So One of the things that I have figured out with my current wellness setup, and again, I have a different video where I talk about this in more detail, so I'm not going to go into this a lot, but my setup was too much. It was too much planner. It was too big, too heavy, too chunky to carry around and keep with me. And I really want my wellness planner to be something that's with me all of the time so that I reach for it and update it all of the time. And so I wanted something that was smaller and more portable to fit into my purse. But I also wanted a little bit of a different setup and a little bit more of a flexible setup. And what I knew that I wanted is I need a place to track my food and my habits, routines, all of those kinds of things, and my stats. But I also wanted a place where I could journal or take doctor's notes, things like that. And so I decided that the ideal thing for me would be to do some sort of traveler's notebook type setup where I could combine a few different things. I could have my journal separate so that if I ran out of space, I could just replace it with another one. And I had the space that I needed for food logging, symptom logging, tracking all of the things. And I have in the past used a weekly supplement from Hobonichi for wellness. I think I have a video sharing a little bit of that. I will link it in the cards if I can remember where I shared it. But I will again be sharing this setup once I get into it and how I have it set up also. But I have in the past used this for my wellness planning because it is very, very slim and compact, but it's really a mighty little planner. It is a vertical planner, but it's super flexible in how you can use this. And so I've used this successfully in the past and I really liked it. It was fun. It was easy to set up. So I decided, since I had already purchased one as a potential option for my wellness planner for 2026, when I bought my 2026 planners, I would go ahead and use this. So I would set this up and I would use this and see how it works. And so my plan is to use this, and this is where I'll log my food and daily symptoms, things like that. There's a couple pages in the back where I might add some tracker type information. And then I decided that I would pair that with a monthly booklet. I went back and forth on what monthly booklet to use, but I already had this pocket one. I actually shared this when I shared all of the planners I bought from other small businesses for 2026 and how I was going to be using them. And I did pen testings in it. But I had purchased this pocket size monthly and I haven't been using it. I didn't really have a purpose for it. I bought it with kind of an unknown purpose. Well, I think when I bought it, I had a purpose. I just didn't write it down and I don't remember what the purpose is. But I think that this and this will pair together, and this will be kind of where my stats go, and this will be where my daily logging and tracking goes. And so this is now basically my wellness planner, which is super, super slim and portable, which I love. And then I want to pair those with a notebook for journaling and for doctor's notes. And that's where these come in. I thought I would use one of these for that purpose, and then when it fills up I would just switch to the other one. I also had the A6 Slim in my stash. I have already written in it a little bit, but I could also use that as an option. And then of course I have this from ROTERFADEN. I don't think I'll use this one because it only has 64 pages, and so I think I'd go through it really, really quickly. But I do like it, and if I decide that for some reason I need something extra, I also have the option of like tucking this in the back and not using this clip. Like I can take out this third clip, and so there's that option as well. So I'm going to use these two, and this is going to be like my core wellness planner setup, and then one of these are going to be what I pair with it for like the journaling aspect of it. I am curious if, let me put these little dudes back down, if I could slip this in the back pocket. It might be a little tall. It's a little bit tall, I think. Yeah, I could probably get in there, but it's a little tall. But it may be nice if the journal was kind of tucked into the back pocket. So I have a few options, and we're going to set it up one way, and then I'm actually going to set it up and use it. And then I'm going to share it with you guys, and occasionally we'll do some setups and things. But ultimately, I could trim this on my crazy paper cutter, and I could tuck this into the back if I wanted to. The same thing with these. I could trim them in height and then in width, and I could stick them in the back. I'd probably use this one because it's already short enough. But for right now, we're going to do a setup on the little hooky things. Is this the center? No. Where's the center? There's the center. So my plan was to put the pocket insert in the front, I think. Maybe I'll tuck that in. Maybe that's better. One thing I like about this is it's super easy to move things around because you just lift up those little clips. And so you can move things around. You can also take things in and out really easily to write in it. But I could slip this back here, and that might actually be better. I'm just working through this with you guys. So my plan is to carry these two and one of the notebooks. So what I'm trying to figure out is, do I want everything on these little guys, or do I want to put something in the back pocket and slip it in like this, just so that it lays a little bit better? I'm not sure. I think for right now, I actually don't want this one here. I think, will it fit better here or there? Okay. I'm just playing. Just playing with things, guys. Figuring it out. Like I said, you can take these prongs out, or the clips out, and I may end up doing that. I may take and only use two of them. I think I'm going to start with the Hobonichi. I think. Yeah. I think I'm going to start with the Hobonichi just because it doesn't have like the stuff at the top for the dates and the timeline. Not that it matters, but since I'm not using those, oops, I forgot to open the clip. I don't need it. All right, I kind of like that. Now I don't know if I want that pocket slipped in the back or if I want it on these little guys. I need to figure that out. I was trying to figure out where I wanted the journal too. Do I want the journal in the front or do I want the journal in the back? You know, I'm just going to put it in here the way I planned it and then start using it and then figure it out. Like I'll adjust later because I'm not 100% sure until I get into it kind of how it's going to work. Or how it's going to feel, if that makes sense. I will probably end up cutting this A6. I'll probably end up cutting the A6 Hobonichi down. So I'm going to trim a little bit off just because I don't want it to stick that far out. And I don't want it to interfere with the pen loop. I don't know what pen I'm going to use in here either. Probably just something simple like a Uniball 1, just because I don't want to be messing with anything complicated, and I don't want to risk a fountain pen leak, but more importantly I don't want to mess up one of my fountain pens just kind of tossing it in out of my bag. So this is not the pen, this is from Gillio. It was like a freebie with one of my planner covers. It actually looks kind of cute with that, but that's probably not the pen that I'll use. But this I think is how I'm going to use it, at least initially. So I'm going to cut this down just a smidge so that it doesn't hang out and so that it's closer in size. Can I finish this real quick, please?
I'm gonna go out front.
Okay. And so that it's closer in size, in width to this, just so that it's a better fit in here. More similar in size, in width to the weekly supplement. And I think everything will kind of fit in there a little bit better and it will just feel a little bit better. But even with it like this sticking out, it actually doesn't bother me. It may bother somebody else, but it actually doesn't bother me. Like, I actually think it looks kind of cute. But it is 3 different sizes stuck inside here. But it works. It absolutely works. But it is quite small and portable. Where is... So this is a pocket cover with my pocket planner in it. and it's not much bigger than that. And so super easy to toss these two things into my backpack to go to work for the day, or toss them into my purse. So it's going to be much more portable than what I have currently going on, which again, I have a separate video on. Try not to drop everything. But this is what I have currently, and this is what I would be switching to. So although about the same thickness, definitely much smaller and much more portable. And again, if I didn't want it to be this chunky and this thick, I could also just not journal in such a thick notebook, and instead I could journal in a traveler's notebook insert, because I do have quite a few of those. And so I could make it even more slim and compact that way. And I could carry it like that. And then I could just replace the inserts every time I filled one up, which actually isn't a bad idea. I have like a chunky little stack at the end of the year. Not a big deal. And I may have more than one of these at the end of the year as well. It's not like the half year notebook is necessarily going to be the only thing I'd fill up for the entire year. So I could also do it like that, which is very, very portable as well. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do for the journaling aspect of it, the third one. But the first two I'm fairly confident on, and I think that's really cute and really fun. I think that's going to be really, really nice. Oh, I like that. Now, I could have used an A6 Traveler's Notebook for this. I do have A6 Traveler's Notebooks from other companies, Chic Sparrow and Sojourner being the main ones, and they are very slim, especially the Sojourner ones. And I could totally do the same thing in the Traveler's Notebook. But one of the reasons I really like the Taschenbegleiter is that it uses these metal clips. And so when you go to plan, to write, to journal, it's just so easy to take it out, use it, and then clip it right back in and go. And when you take things in and out of a Traveler's Notebook with the elastics, your page gets caught a lot. It's just a lot more difficult to get things in and out. So I really like the clip mechanism of these. I like how they're structured. I love this acid green. That is so fun. I just really enjoy it. And I wanted to try out this size. I have not bought this size from them. I've not used this size, and I wanted to try it out and see what it was like. And I was really intrigued by this dance floor material. And I love it. I'm super excited. All right, that's my video, my unboxing of my newest Taschenbegleiter from ROTERFADEN, and what I'm going to be using it for, and kind of how I'm going to be setting it up. It's really that journal piece I'm not 100% set on. I am good with the first two. I just don't know if I want to use a Traveler's Notebook insert, the half year A6 Slim Stylogy, the half year A6 Stylogy, or the Hobonichi grid notebook. I'm not 100% sure what I want to go with from that perspective, but I will figure it out, and you guys will see it in a future video, because I'm going to get set up and get into this and start using it, and then I will share with you guys how it's going. I'll share a setup of the week and the month, etc. But hopefully this system works. I'm excited for it. I feel inspired by this, and I love the possibility it holds, and so I'm super excited for it. But that's my unboxing. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down below, and I will definitely get back with you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos, and don't forget to just scribble.